world? We got another Crypto Talks, and today I got a special guest, one of my closest friends, one of my trainers, okay? And now we're actually partnered up per se.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Yes,
we're partnered up.
Yes, we are.
Okay? Asim, aka Awesome, the founder. It's not up yet. I will show you in a second of Goatshed. Okay? If you guys don't know what Goatshed is, they're beating everybody up. It is an absolute annihilation in the MMA space.
Yes. If there's a viral video in the world, it's probably from Goatshed.
It is coming from Goatshed.
Exactly.
Let's give this man a round of applause for curating beast in the MMA space.
That feels good. Thank you, guys. We're going to continue talking in a moment. There we go. Okay. All right,
Awesome. I'm so happy that you're here, bro.
Yes, sir. I got it. Don't worry.
Listen,
I don't know what I'm doing.
So this is where you speak in there. It's not over here.
See, this is
one of these.
One of the most professional
Thank you.
podcasts I've ever seen.
Thank you.
This microphone is something special right
It
now.
is.
I got to even learn how to use this thing.
Yes.
I see the ugly little foam microphones. That's what I'm used to. You know.
No, this took me a while to get, sir, because it was during COVID season and everything was out of stock.
I got you.
But I went everywhere hunting for this, and we found it.
And you know what? I was saying when I walked in here.
Yes.
Before you even speak, so you drop knowledge.
Yes.
Before you even spoke, just by looking around the room, I started learning something. I started learning. That's something special.
Yeah.
Because the space you're living in
right.
is an educational space for everybody.
Thank you, bro.
I'm looking at this board right now.
Yes.
I'm looking at short-term goals, long-term goals. I'm looking at routines and strategies. And this right here is gold. I would love to have a picture of this and just study this.
I'll send it to you.
Now, the scary thing that's behind the scenes is that's a big safe. That's as big of a closet. That's like a closet.
It's pretty big.
It's like a closet.
It's pretty big.
The hell is in there?
Yeah, there's some,
Nobody knows. Have you ever taken a picture of that
Never.
safe? That safe will go viral.
That safe will absolutely go viral, bro. It's a pretty big safe, my man,
that's
right?
a big safe. I've never seen a safe like that.
I know.
And I live in the Goat Mansion and I haven't seen a safe like that.
We got to get you one.
I don't think I need one.
No, maybe you do. Maybe you don't.
One day. Well, now I'm collaborating with you.
Yeah.
As I get more educated, my goal is that safe. Right there.
So, dude, I mean, it's all about becoming the best version of you, right? So it's like, dude, not only on a financial standpoint, but it's also like I've made it, to be fit, to learn how to defend myself, and then also being prepared, and having the right tools around. Just to always be prepared and never be a victim to anything.
That's what I love because you're essentially a very complete person.
I try to
across the board.
I try to be.
And that's what I strive for all my students too. You know what I mean? So you know that the philosophy in our gym is to be the greatest you of all time.
You of all time. Bro, all right, so here's a story. Dude, I never stepped foot in your gym for like a year. Because I was like, bro, that shit's scary. Like, I know a lot of people look at it. Matter of fact, you guys need to see it. You guys got to see this gym.
You want me to go to Safari for you?
Yeah,
right. There we go.
Boom. Goatshed.
And you look at this right here, you see 170K followers, but
170K real followers.
But when you start looking at the savage content,
let's look at the savagery content.
Dude, you're seeing guys getting stitched up, you're seeing fights, you're seeing crazy things. This is one of our biggest prospects. He fought last night. So this crazy man brought a book to read a bedtime story to his opponent.
I'll click on the
audio.
So, yeah, we want to hear that.
And he brought the bedtime story, and look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. You can't deny his eyes. Watch this. Look at those eyes.
He has very determined eyes.
Yes. And I want you to look at this.
What's his name?
His name is Jim. Big Bucks Jim.
Big Bucks Jim.
And
did he win that fight?
He has won every fight, so he's undefeated right now.
Undefeated.
And here's where I'm going to tell you something special about this guy.
Okay.
Look, I want you to look at his eyes again.
Does he give you those eyes?
Those are the eyes.
Does he give you those eyes, though?
Hell yes. And look at that. Come on. You can't deny that, man.
Anybody got something to say about the best coach in the fucking game?
So, I don't want to, he's cursing a little bit, so I don't know how far
no, we can
Okay. Okay,
I want cursing.
Okay, no problem. This is an uncensored podcast.
Uncensored podcast.
Now, what I'll say is something interesting.
Yes.
This is something very interesting. This is his first fight ever. He's like, you're going to feel me. You're going to feel me.
He has big eyes.
He does. And over here it said the eyes don't lie.
Where's he from?
So he's American, and he was actually a pro football player.
From Miami?
From Miami.
Because I know a lot of your students come from everywhere.
Yes, you know
Dude,
what?
they come from Russia. They come from Mexico.
Right. Yeah, a lot of Latin America. All
Latin
over
America, bro.
Yeah.
Chile,
Venezuela,
Argentina.
yes, all Cuba, huge.
But Cuba's close.
Cuba's right here. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but still,
Well, yeah. Most of my students they swam
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You know,
Shout out to the Mesh Brothers.
yes,
I
Smash
love them.
Brothers.
Smash.
Brothers. Man, we have. Oh man, I'm jumping around.
Okay,
Let me
no,
start
go
with this
ahead,
guy.
go ahead, bro.
Let me start with this guy.
It's okay.
This is my private student.
These are he's who?
He's my private student, Jim.
He's
my private student.
like private.
Private.
You're still doing privates, bro?
I stopped, but he came up to me one day, and you're gonna love this. He said he wanted to be a fighter, and he talked very loud, and he was training. And then one day I go to him and say, "Hey, the way you're training, I'm never getting you a fight, bro." And he looked at me, he's like, "What do you mean?" Hey, I don't like the way you train. And he looked at me and said, "Whether you like it or not, you're gonna be my best friend." And he never missed a day. Not only did he never miss a day after that, he became my private student, training with me twice a day, privates, twice a day. He fought twice in 6 days.
Twice in 6 days.
He cut 35 pounds both times. So in 6 days, he cut 70 pounds in total.
Cut 70 pounds?
He went from 210 to 171, back, fought, knocked the guy out. 210 to 171, back, knocked the guy out.
Wait,
again.
he knocked the guy he was at 210, dropped to 170, knocked the guy
dude
out. How the hell he just gained then?
He's 210
So he
pounds.
gained all that weight again?
All the way back.
And then came right back down.
And it came in 6 days, twice. Damn. So what I love about it is this. See, he talks a big game, right?
Hold on.
Tell me.
Big Bucks Gym.
Big Bucks _ Gym is his Instagram.
Yeah, Big Bucks Gym.
Yeah.
Football player.
Football player.
How old is he?
He's 25? 25 years old?
Before he stepped foot in Goatshed, was he an MMA fighter?
No, never.
Nothing?
No.
Zero?
So in high school, he won state championship in wrestling.
Okay. So he had some...
But he transferred to football. He stopped wrestling completely. But he had some skills. But definitely, I would say when he came to us... Athlete.
Got it.
He was extremely green, but you could tell he's an athlete.
No striking.
No.
No striking.
No.
Okay.
He was very, very new. He had talent. And another coach brought him in and said, hey, this guy's very talented, but he needs a team.
Mm-hmm.
He got so dedicated that, man, he's flowing. Look at this. This was his last fight. Okay. Right here. This was yesterday.
Bam!
Athletic. This is the proper defense for a guillotine. The guy does a guillotine.
Can you put the volume? I want to hear
yes.
this. Right there. Bam. Oh, I don't think... Did it have volume?
Oh, maybe this one had no sound for whatever
that's
reason. But this is a proper defense for a guillotine. He used a high crotch takedown that we worked. And I want you to notice that when he punched the guy once, the guy stopped moving. The fight wasn't over. He kept, this was the end of the round. But notice, he punches somebody once and the fight is over. Look at the fight that he did 6 days ago. It's unbelievable performance. This one right here.
This was 6 days ago.
This was 6 days ago.
Okay, volume. Okay. Pounding him.
So he said, you're going to feel me. You're going to feel me because he knew that nobody punches like him. Look at that. And he knocked the guy out. He dropped the guy 3 times, then knocked him out.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
That's a scary guy.
He's a very scary guy. And one thing that I love about him, it shows a deep philosophical mindset. Listen to this. Most people are very quiet, okay? They don't like putting themselves out there. And there's multiple reasons for that. Most of all, if they put themselves out there and they fail, they look dumb.
Right.
And they're scared of that.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you look at his weigh-in videos, he's very loud. And the comments, since we go viral, many times the comments are very negative. About him.
Right.
They're like, he's scared. That's dumb. He should stay quiet. And I feel like that's a reflection of their thoughts.
Insecurities. Maybe.
Their insecurities. They're scared to talk. So they don't want other people to be successful by being loud because that would mean they're not successful.
Wow. You know what's so amazing? Guys, just so you freaking know, like for real, these guys are undefeated. These guys are the most up and coming. Is it even up and coming? Or are you guys already there? How would you say it, bro?
Well, I would say in the first year we were up and coming. Now I would say we're established.
Established.
You know,
one of the best MMA academies in the world.
In the world.
Oh my God.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'll tell you this: the first year of opening, our pro team went 29-0.
29-0.
Undefeated.
That means everybody that came out your gym that you guys went and did a fight, 29-0.
29-0. Undefeated.
That means you didn't lose one.
No, we didn't lose
you
one.
You won them all.
Yes.
Another one.
Okay. And then the second year now, our record has gone to 64-4 for our pro
so
team.
you tripled your fights.
Yes. 64-4.
64-4. That's a great ratio.
And this is a hard thing to say for some people, but I'll say this. Out of the 4 losses, 3 were people that were cross-training.
Okay. So they were doing you in another gym, not solely
now,
you guys.
After their loss, I had a deep conversation with them. They've been full-time with us, and they really have taken off.
Okay.
You know, a great athlete. I don't want to name names because I don't want to mess with other gyms.
We don't want to.
I'm not saying... I get you. I'm not saying we
if
have.
You want to.
I'll definitely not say, hey, we're not the perfect. We may not be the perfect gym,
right?
But you look at statistics and numbers, it's pretty much perfect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm not saying we are. We're always improving, but look at the numbers. The numbers can't lie.
The numbers can't lie.
If you're denying it, what are you saying? 64-4. I've never heard of that in my life.
Right. So what would you say is what has been the difference?
The sauce.
With the sauce.
The sauce.
The sauce.
I'll tell you what it is. It's a combination of 2 things. It's a combination of very unique knowledge.
Yes.
Because essentially, my father invested so much into me to learn from the best coaches in the world. So usually a coach learned from one guy his whole life. He got a black belt from one guy and knowledge from one person. I got to fly around the world and work with legends.
Really?
Faraz Zahabi, who's GSP's coach. John Danner, who's one of the greatest coaches in history.
Wow.
HelloGracie, Gracie. I got to learn from all these guys.
The YouTubers, what are they called?
Oh, Logan Paul,
Jake Paul's trainer was your trainer.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Milton. Yeah. Milton was my trainer growing up. And that's why we have such a close relationship with Milton and we're always with Logan and Jake, you know?
Right.
Definitely.
Okay. So it's all that combination of years that you went to all these different places all over the world and learned hands-on with these legends.
Legends. Very unique knowledge.
Very unique knowledge. That's a great way to put it. Unique knowledge.
Yes.
And what else?
And now is the focused attention. That's another major aspect. So I'll tell you this. Amazing teams.
Focus attention. Focus attention.
Yes. Focus attention. So amazing teams, very successful teams like American Top Team, like Sanford. These teams are elite, beautiful teams, one of the greatest teams in history. The only issue they have is because it's such a large team, how are you going to focus on everybody? It's impossible.
Right.
If I was that size, I'd have the same problem. It's very natural. You have 3 coaches and you have 200 fighters. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So the up-and-coming fighters, unfortunately, have to be somewhat ignored. And it's reasonable because, hey, your top 10 guys are making millions of dollars. I have to focus on these guys. I have to give them the proper attention because they have the harder fights, the more important fights. Whereas with us, my goal is never to be a factory gym. Ever. I never want 200 fighters. I want to do something different. I want an elite 20. That's all I want. An elite 20. And I want to focus on these guys to make them world champion, to make them famous, to make them influencers, to make them complete individuals like yourself.
Amazing.
Like yourself. Not just world-class fighters, but complete individuals where they're successful in all realms of life. And I can do that because there's 20. That's it. And it's 70 hours a week I'm working, and Laura's working 70 hours a week, and she's the attorney for the team. She's the manager.
Shout out to Laura.
Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Laura.
Goat management.
Yes, Goat management. And I have to say, you know, she quit her 6-figure job at the law firm.
Attorney, like certified
Yes.
Attorney.
And to work for free for Goat management for now, to invest in our guys. And it's paying off. We call this the golden year because now that first year of investment is finally coming back and paying back. So here's where the big bucks come. You know what I mean? So it's an exciting year for us.
I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
So how close are you to get these guys into like UFC and
so you're going to love this. And this is something very interesting to talk about because a lot of our competitors, obviously they're mad because we're making more money, we're making more noise. And they're like, hey, I've been a pro for 7 years. I deserve the noise. Why do these guys that have been pro for 2 years get more attention than me? They're mad. They feel like we skipped the line. But what they don't understand is we've worked more intelligently, more efficiently. So instead of getting mad, they can look and get educated, right? Just like the crypto world, right? Crypto world blew up. Instead of people getting mad and be like, man, How these guys do this? Hey, let's get educated right now. Let's jump on board.
Let's participate.
Let's participate. What's happening? Look, I look at you and I'm like, hey, I want to learn right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm working 70 hours a week. I'm grinding. I'm doing all this stuff. But
Your eyes twitching.
My eyes twitching. My eyes twitching. I'm not sleeping. So I need to learn these other ways and educate myself. And I wish our competitors would look at it in that fashion instead of hating. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's the golden year.
So it's the golden year. 2022 is the golden year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, let's see. Okay. Damn, there's so much to talk about. Now, talk to me about.
Oh, wait, the UFC thing.
The UFC thing.
I'll tell you this. So here's my strategy in building my fighters. Most managements want to sign you to UFC as soon as possible. And I'll tell you why. Many times fighters aren't loyal. They'll leave you. They'll do different things. So if I'm investing in you for years outside the UFC, and then you leave me right before you get a UFC, I never get a return. There's no ROI, right? Now, these guys are my family. These guys have had their first amateur fight with me to undefeated pros, right? They've been with me for 4 or 5 years. So they're loyal to me for the most part. I've lost a couple guys, but for the most part, my team's very loyal to me.
Right.
So they can leave at any moment, but they decide to stick with me.
Right. And that shows a lot.
It does. So the management wants to sign them to UFC right away because right when they negotiate that contract, hey, these guys are locked in. I get to make that passive income, whether they want to leave me or not. It doesn't matter. I negotiated that deal. I get my money.
Right.
We don't have to worry about that. UFC has offered. We have guys that work with UFC that are offering deals, that work with Bellator, that work with One Championship. They are offering deals, and these are unbelievable dream organizations, and we will go there, but there's timing. Everything has a timing. Mayweather fought Pacquiao at the right time.
And and how do you know it's the right timing?
It's on a few things. Obviously, technical development, age, motivation, how your body's feeling, all these different things, what you've been through in your fight. Have you been through adversity? Have you worked through adversity? How hard have your fights gone? Have you gone to decision? Or are you just knocking people out? You know, Roy, for example, just knocks people out, right? I can't put him in the UFC.
Why?
Because I'll tell you this story. You're going to love this. Mike Tyson, when he hit the scene, knocking everybody out. I forgot what it was. It was like 15-0, 15 knockouts, 2-round fights, 1-round fights. And they said, hey, you're ready for a world championship. Why don't you fight for a world championship? And the manager grabbed the microphone and says, he's not ready yet. They're like, he's undefeated with all knockouts. He's like, he's fought 5 minutes in the ring. He has no experience. I test my guys at the right moments. Okay, 2 fights, medium level, 1 hard fight. 2 fights, medium level, another hard fight. Let's see.
So it's a science behind that as well.
It's a science, and most people can't do that because they can't invest in their fighters like that. They're not able to. But we have an elite 20, so we can. We give that focused attention. We test them in the right moments. Right now, Roy just fought the number 9 ranked guy in the country. That guy has 30 fights. Roy only has 7.
Wow.
Roy's destroyed this guy. If you put a timer, the guy only controlled 30 seconds of a 15-minute fight.
Wow.
And Roy controlled 14 minutes.
Shout out to Roy.
Roy's unbelievable. You know, he's one guy that's doing great. He proved himself. Ryan, in his second pro fight, fought for a title.
Third Street Savage.
In his second pro fight, fought for a title and smashed the guy, TKO'd the guy. And the guy didn't fight for a year and a half after Ryan.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it just shows these guys, I test them at the right moment. You know what I mean? And we're going to slowly get there, just like Khabib did. Khabib had 17 fights. Khabib? 17 fights before he went to the UFC. I'm not going to do that. I don't have patience for that.
Okay. So we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Like Roy, how many fights he got?
So I'm going to be honest right now. With Roy, we're negotiating with Combate, Eagle, One Championship, and UFC. Because right now, this life is hard. Fighter life is hard.
Yeah.
So we need to go where the money is.
Totally.
Totally. Yeah. Right. So we're negotiating to get into contender. That's probably what's going to happen. But I really love Combate Global. The president, Campbell, I love what they're going for. They're a Latin American organization.
Right.
They have 700,000 views a fight.
Oh my gosh.
No, they're unbelievable. They're taking over Latin America.
And where are they fighting?
They have events every week.
Where?
Right here in Miami.
Really?
In the studio of Univision.
Oh my goodness.
No, Combate Global is taking over. And they have the smartest people working for them.
Wow.
Now here's the thing. The Venezuelan audience.
Everything is Latin.
Everything.
The
focus. The focus is Latin America.
That's amazing.
And Roy has a huge Venezuelan following.
Bro, he's huge.
Huge. So I feel like if he gets that platform, he can blow up. And he'll help Combate blow up even more too. It's a perfect collaboration. So I'm really, really rooting for that.
Let's give him a round of applause. Roy.
Yeah.
We got your back.
Yeah.
We got your back. That's actually one of the guys you've been working with the most, right?
Yes.
Roy Unbroken.
Yeah, Roy Unbroken.
You want to look him up?
You want me to go there?
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah, let's go.
Shout out to Roy Unbroken.
I'll tell you this, with Roy, he's been with me for 5 years now, and he's one of my best fighters. I often say he's pound for pound GOAT, one of my best guys in my gym. And look at this. Let's just talk about this. 67.9 thousand followers with a blue check mark.
Oh my gosh.
And
When did he get the blue check mark?
he got the blue check mark like 3 fights ago.
Wow.
And he's only 7-0. So what's
7-0.
fascinating about that is fighters with 30 fights don't have a blue check mark or the following.
You know what's so beautiful? Look, he shouts you out.
Oh, this is my man.
That's what's up.
No, this is my.
I see you guys always had like an amazing connection, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
been so much respect, dude.
I get emotional with him because I love this kid a lot. But when he started with me, I always tell the story everywhere I go, but he was the most struggling athlete I've ever had, where he had to learn a lot. He was very behind the curve, and I had a lot of fear about where his success would go. But he did work the hardest in the room.
Wow.
He did. And because of that, over the course of the last 5 years, without a doubt, he is my most complete fighter in every way. He has an unbelievable chin. He hits extremely hard, God-given power, unbelievable athleticism and intelligence. To be honest, when we cornered together, he says the advice before me.
Wow.
I'm thinking it, and he already
He's
said it.
saying
His mind's working at such a fast rate that his eyes twitching like us.
it.
He's not sleeping. He has the anxiety, but that's part of success.
That's part of success.
It's part of success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His engine is ramped up so high. His brain works at such a quick degree. He's very quick to get bored. He can't stop moving, and that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
It's a controlled chaos in his head, and it's very, very good.
And I see that he's also like, let's watch some of his videos there.
Yeah, I would love. He posts so much. He's so excellent with his social media.
Oh, this one was cool.
Yeah.
This one up here. This one up here. Up here.
Which one? Which one?
This one.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. This was wild. This is them sparring.
Nice.
They just held each other.
That was him and Elusive.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
my
going at it.
god.
They're going at it. I love this.
They really spar amazing, right?
They do. And what's awesome is my 125ers, the team of my 125ers are the most complete weight class I have in my team.
Got it.
They work together so well. They do not hurt each other. They go extremely hard, and they're very, very good partners. Drilla, Adrian, Gus, all these guys. The 125er division is unbelievable in our team. All right, here we go. Finally we get to see a fight of this guy.
All right.
We see how the face.
Oof.
We see how the face.
And that's the number 9 ranked
That's
guy
the
in the
number
country.
9.
Number 9.
From where? From where?
From Dominican Republic. He was the former tight end champion.
Oh,
He has 3 times the amount of fights as Roy. And again, I
you
told
saw how he blocked that?
I know. So 14 minutes and 30 seconds of the fight, Roy controlled. Only 30 seconds the other guy controlled. Roy destroyed this guy, picked him apart. And he had to go through adversity, which is unbelievable. 30 seconds of adversity, but he came back and unbelievable dismantled this guy.
Sheesh.
Look at that. And this guy, look, the guy's throwing back. He's not a bum.
Yeah, no.
This guy's a killer. There you go. Look at that. The guy had no chance, honestly. The guy had 0 chance.
Wow. Round of fucking applause, buddy.
Yeah. Definitely, man. I mean, Roy, you can't. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't
Who
know
is
how
this
this
guy?
happened. There we go.
Yeah, you
I
got
don't know how
it.
this happened. But yeah, so definitely one of my most complete guys.
Let's go back to Goatshed.
Oh, wait, Goatshed. Let's go back. And look at that. Tagged in the bio.
Beautiful.
My man tagged in the bio.
So now let's go into before we go into somebody else.
All right. Take Will Smith.
What's very important here is that you were also a fighter. I mean, you still are a fighter, but you were
No. I'm not a fighter anymore.
You're not.
I was.
You was a fighter.
I shot that dog in me.
Boom.
Yeah.
So there was a time I remember you telling me a story. You were like, Ivan, I was a fighter and I was a trainer, and I had to make a decision.
It's crazy. I talked about this with Roy yesterday because I grew up my whole life, 3 years old, training with my father. My father was my coach. He flew me around the world, and always my mission in life was one thing: to be world champion. And I had an amazing amateur career. 24-0 in kickboxing, 29-0 kickboxing MMA. 29-1 kickboxing MMA.
That's great.
I won 2 world championships kickboxing. I was doing unbelievable, winning combat sambo national championships, all this stuff, like doing really amazing things across a lot of sports. In Florida, I was weight class champ for 55 and 70, and I was defending both weight classes. So I was doing great things. When I turned pro is when I started training my fighters and kind of juggling it. And it was crazy what Roy explained to me yesterday. He made me realize is I kind of found my purpose in coaching, because it's strange. I fell in love with their careers more than my own. I don't know how that happened though, because my whole life I thought I loved me fighting and me being world champion. And all of a sudden, I gained more happiness by transferring the knowledge to these guys. And I don't know the right way to phrase this, but I felt like they deserved it more than me because they came from such a different upbringing. And I really loved seeing them getting out of that situation and going to a better situation. Because in the end of the day, I grew up, my parents are fascinating people. I'll tell you this, my father was cleaning pools. He was working in the factory, no money. My uncle was a taxi driver. And then my uncle, passed away with over $50 million in his account. Wow. My father became a millionaire 3 times, lost everything 3 times. Now he's back.
No way.
My mother is a self-made millionaire as well, but they were all broke. They came from Pakistan here. The trenches of Pakistan came to this country with nothing. My mother was sleeping in a gas station. My father was sleeping in his convenience store.
Don't end this. Don't end this. This is a good.
Yeah. So my father, my parents, I got to see them sleeping in their businesses to being multi-millionaires.
How old were you when you saw them, sleeping in their businesses and stuff like that?
I was very young. I was like 6 years old. Stuff.
So
like
they really
this.
Came here with nothing.
Nothing. Like maybe like $200, something like this.
Okay. From Pakistan. From Pakistan,
which is unbelievable, and that's why
to Miami.
Yeah.
And then what was their first business?
Well, they worked in the pool, cleaning pools and factories and stuff like this. And then my father saved up money and got eventually a convenience store. My uncle saved money and bought a property from being a taxi driver. And then my uncle sold the property and bought a hotel on Ocean Drive.
Stop it.
But when Ocean Drive was nothing.
Wow.
When Ocean Drive was nothing. So guess what? Ocean Drive had a big plan and he didn't know it. So he sold a hotel on Ocean Drive for $1.2 million. Wow. At the time, it was a lot.
Right.
But he didn't realize that thing would be like $50 million now.
Totally.
So he had no idea. He sold it and he bought a block in downtown Miami.
No.
Ocean Drive blew up, but it's okay. He had a block in downtown. Then he kept buying. He bought a farm.
What did he do with the farm?
It's still there. We own it.
What's on the farm?
It's actually nothing. It's 14-acre land, something like that. And Davie, primetime location. It's a definitely cash, mine.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable. But again, my father with the convenience store opened up the health food store, bought duplexes, did everything in property.
Where was the health food store?
It's been there 30 years.
Where?
It was the first ever health food store in South Beach, 1534 Alton Road.
That's not the
Apple a day.
But it's a nutrition store.
So here's the thing. My dad opened it 30 years ago as a vitamin market. But the trend of health changed from supplements to more whole foods. And when that happened, he decided to turn it into a cafe. Well, actually, I convinced him, I argued with him to turn it into a cafe. And then obviously he took it over from there with his amazing business mind.
You guys still have that?
Yeah, 30 years and running, more than 30 years now. Yeah, 32 years, 31 years now.
Okay.
So it's the longest reigning health food store in Miami.
I got to ask you, do you guys also rent cars?
Yes. So this is something new that I got involved with. We have a partner at Goatshed. And now Goatshed has a whole fleet of cars, Rolls Royces, Lambos, Ferraris, all these things. And now we're business partners. Right now we're working to expand and buy a 20,000 square foot place. We'll have dormitories. We'll have kitchens for our fighters. They'll be living there. We'll sponsor their living, everything. And we'll start a recruit system to fill up the 20 spots and then close the team for eternity. How do you look so good? There's no way you're not doing Botox. Bro, you have no wrinkles.
I'm only 36.
But look at me. Look at my forehead.
Uh-huh.
I need Botox ASAP. My girl is mad.
How old are you?
I'm 32. I need Botox, so I'm going to get on that. My skin's gray. I'm getting old. I'm aging.
I got gray hairs.
You look good. Get out of here, bro. Dude. Your skin is full. You look hydrated.
Okay. I started doing skin products, though.
Okay.
Skin products.
I got to get into that.
Bro, do you put anything?
I don't.
At all?
No.
Well, I just started, bro, so we can't say that was the magic thing.
I understand.
But you have to tell your girl at night to also give you. They do their little nightcap
yes, you're
thing.
Right. They do.
Be like, babe, come over here.
They do.
Do this.
What I'll say is, and this is gonna sound funny, but I don't mean it as a joke. Everyone says they want to be successful. Everyone says they want to be a millionaire, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But are they willing to do what my parents did and sleep in the gas station floor?
No.
You know what I mean? They're not willing to do that stuff. Are they willing to work 70 hours a week? Because if you're an entrepreneur, it's all on you.
It's all on you.
No one's giving you instructions.
Please, bro. say it how it is, man. Say it how it fucking is, bro.
This is why don't people talk about this?
No, say it how it fucking is, bro.
There's a dark side to
There's
being
a
an
huge
entrepreneur.
dark side. Even your fighters. Your fighters sleep in your fucking gym.
They do. I have a washer dryer for them. I have everything, kitchen, everything for them.
Dude, you sleep in your gym.
I do sleep in the gym.
When you have a mansion, you sleep in your gym.
I do.
Dude, this is why, this is the shit that dude, you don't need to fucking have a gym.
No, I don't.
You don't need to go through the stress you go through. You didn't even need to be a fucking MMA fighter, bro.
I didn't. And with our competitors that talk, they hate on us a lot. It never affected me. But at this point, since we've proven ourselves, it gets me upset now because I work so much harder than them. I work so much smarter than them. I work across the board. I don't need to do it.
You know what's crazy, bro? Like on this page, who does most of the shit? You?
It's only me. No, it's
only you.
It's only me. It's only me.
It's only you. Yeah. Those funny videos you make them.
Yeah.
You always, bro, your best friend is your camera, dude. You always have your phone out.
Yes.
You're creating the content.
Exactly. So the thing is, like, I'm running the gym. I'm creating the content. I'm coaching these fighters. I'm sleeping in the gym 70-hour weeks. My girl's doing 70-hour weeks. How can anyone hate on that?
Oh, dude.
You know?
And that's why when you talk your shit, you talk your shit.
Yes.
Because you feel it.
I feel it and I deserve it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Most people are scared to talk their shit because, hey, you know what? They're scared of failing.
Yeah.
And I truly believe the way we're committing our lives to this, I believe in what we're doing. Because I'll die before I fail. You know what I mean? And an entrepreneur needs to have that mindset. I'll tell you something super interesting story, okay? There's an entrepreneur that I don't even know, but I follow, and he wrote on a story one day. He said, fuck my friends, fuck my family. Everyone uses me. I don't even care. My clients can't, all this stuff. He's complaining. So I wanted to test him. I wrote to him. I said, hey, no one cares about your fucking excuses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Complain to someone else on your own.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see how he would react.
Yeah.
Because if he would have cursed me out, he's going to fail. He's not an entrepreneur. He wrote to me and said, thank you. I needed that. And I said, that's a man that's going to be successful. Because no one cares about your complaints when you're an entrepreneur. No one gives a fuck. It's all on you to be successful.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And when he said that, I said, he just changed his state of mind. He deleted the story. We started talking. You know, he's like, thank you. You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And, you know, we had a good talk. And he's going to go on a great path right now because no one cares. No one cares about your excuses. The other day I had a fighter. And the thing is, most of my fighters are foreigners.
Yeah.
They came from other countries. Yeah. I have one guy, you're going to love this, a Cuban fighter. He walked through the jungle for 6 months to get here.
No way.
After 6 months of walking through the jungle by himself, he came to this country, got deported. And he did it again.
And he came back.
He did it again. And not only did he do it again, now he can't sleep.
Where's he from?
Cuba.
Oh. He
can't sleep anymore because he has PTSD from the animals that would attack at night and the sounds. So he comes to the gym and, I mean, he's running at night, shadowboxing at night. He can't go to bed anymore. He has over 300 boxing fights. He was on the national team, Olympic team for boxing. And now we just signed him to the biggest bare knuckle organization in the world.
Which one?
PKFC. Right? Where Hector Lombard's at. Yes.
Where he was.
Where he was. And Dave Feldman.
Which he's a champ.
He is the champ. And Dave Feldman, the president of BKFC, blessed us with a beautiful contract, gave him a signing bonus, helping us out because he believes in this man. And he does sacrifice his whole life for this. He's not a part-time fighter.
What's his name?
His name is Freddy Masabo. Freddy Masabo. He's 6-0 in MMA, over 300 amateur boxing fights, and now this will be his first bare knuckle boxing fight.
Which guy is that?
You know, I posted.
There's a great story about Kenny, bro. When Kenny came to you, he was that big.
Yes. So, okay, God, we have so many guys. That's what's one thing very interesting, and I feel like other gyms don't do it enough. They don't advertise the beautiful stories of a lot of these fighters because these fighters go through so much.
Your story is their glory, my friend.
It is, you know, and Kenny gets me very emotional too. He came to me at 320 pounds, 310 pounds.
No fucking way.
And now he fights 170.
That's fucking nuts.
So, I mean, unbelievable kid. He lost that in 10 months.
Dude.
So let me tell you something. To make a life change in 10 months and lose 120 pounds is one thing. But to do that and develop skills to become a kickboxing champion, that's unbelievable. Shout out to Kenny.
And he's young, right?
He's
like
22, 21. He just turned 21. Let's watch
this. What's his name, Kenny?
So, this guy made fun of him because Kenny fights with a shirt on. He doesn't feel comfortable being shirtless. So Kenny punished him for this. This was the title fight.
Kenny, good shit.
He was talking shit to this guy. He's like, where you at?
Yo, look at his head moves, bro.
He's calling him. He's come here, man. pressuring this guy. Offense the whole time.
Bro.
And then I sat on the stool. I sat on the stool. Kenny gave me water.
Kenny gave you water.
Yeah. I told the guy, hey, you have 3 rounds left, baby. 3 rounds left. What are you going to do? He was making fun of Kenny. Get out of here. We went through too much.
This is a title fight?
This is a title fight. We went through too much. He's like, come here, baby. No, we're not going to fail. Title, the champ right there.
Wow,
the champ right there. That's my man.
Congratulations, Kenny.
Kickboxing champion.
You see what he could do for you, Diego? We need to get you in that gym, buddy.
That's my man. You know, and he told him, he's like, take off your shirt. You're scared to take off your shirt. And Kenny mushed him in the face. But a lot of people went off on that. They didn't like that in the weigh-ins. But
like, what? But bro, that's disrespectful.
That's a man that was 320 pounds, maybe didn't have the most confidence, and then turned his life over, and he doesn't let anyone talk to him.
Yeah.
And that's admirable in itself.
Totally.
Admirable in itself.
Admirable.
You know?
1000%.
Amazing. No.
So going back to what you were saying, bro, like, and I think this was very important to highlight is that you come from humble beginnings, but your family did very well for themselves.
Yes.
And
very quickly,
and hard work,
yeah,
dedication, commitment, strong why, strong values, principles, morals, consistency, eating shit, making it happen, doing it every day.
You're very right.
And they made it happen. And you were privileged.
Yes.
You were in a privileged position. Yes. And because your father was where did your father start doing martial arts? Here?
No. In Pakistan. My family's been training their whole lives. My uncle and father were black belts in Taekwondo. My dad is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu from Cyborg. They're no joke. The family is
Pakistan.
Yeah, in Pakistan.
So when they came here,
they were already fighting.
And they had the means.
Yes.
Your father continued training?
Yes.
Your father continued training?
My father at one point was the assistant to the Olympic coach for Taekwondo.
Wow.
And then you're going to love this story. I started training Jiu-Jitsu. He didn't believe in Jiu-Jitsu. He was a Taekwondo, sold on Taekwondo. He thought UFC was fake. And it was my dream to train with the Gracies. And when I was 10 years old, I went to the Gracie Academy. I got to train with HelloGracie in Miami.
Okay.
In Miami. HelloGracie would visit often. HelloGracie, his father, would visit often. I got to train with my heroes. And then when I was 12 years old, one day, my dad and I, when we would get into arguments, he would wrestle me. That's how he would kind of discipline me.
Right.
So we would wrestle, but he didn't know Jiu-Jitsu at all. So I tied his shirt up around his neck. He didn't know what was going on. And I put him to sleep.
No.
And I didn't know what going to sleep was. I was 12. So my dad is shaking on the floor, eyes rolled back.
Oh, you got scared.
I thought I killed him.
Yeah.
So I opened the door, started screaming in our apartment. I killed my dad. I killed my dad. I killed my dad. Everybody ran out their doors to come inside our apartment. My dad wakes up. He started Jiu-Jitsu the next day.
He started Jiu-Jitsu.
His 12-year-old son shouldn't be choking him out.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a black belt. So.
Okay, so how old were you when you start?
10 years old, Jiu-Jitsu.
No.
3 years.
Martial arts. 3 years started.
I have a video of 4 years old throwing spinning back kicks.
I think you put it up with it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you traveled all over the world.
Yes.
Because your father could have facilitated.
Yes.
And your father was loving it because he loves martial arts. He loves that his son is learning all this stuff. And then how old were you when you did your first amateur?
So I did. So here's something interesting. The Gracie family, the way they spread jiu-jitsu was through challenge matches, through dojo storming. So the jiu-jitsu culture today is a lie. Bao, all this, it was BS.
They didn't do that back then?
BS. That's fake jiu-jitsu culture. Real jiu-jitsu culture is to rule with an iron fist.
To rule with an iron fist.
Yes. HelloGracie, one of the creators of Jiu-Jitsu, he would absolutely love what we're doing here in many ways because we rule with an iron fist. To give you the personality, HelloGracie would throw a kimono at another gym, at another coach in his gym, challenge him to a fight in front of everybody, bare knuckle, no time limit, no weight class, and then beat him up and then take all the students. Rule with an iron fist. He said, you believe your system works? Let's go. And I'll show you mine works. And that's what we do all the time. So today's culture, people criticize us, but they don't know the original tradition of jiu-jitsu. It's all a lie. The black belts in jiu-jitsu, the masters of jiu-jitsu are lying to everybody. It's not true. Rule with an iron fist. The traditional masters are still the same way.
Wow.
So when I was 14 years old, HelloGracie were putting me in challenge matches, bare knuckle, no time limit, no weight class, no rules, fighting bare knuckle in the back room of our gym. And nobody knew I was 14. So after I beat the crap out of them, they say, hey, this kid's 14 years old. He's 140 pounds. People would be shocked. And I was instructed never to
But 140 pounds Oh, 14. Yeah, that's average, right?
140 pounds.
Yeah,
and they were instructing me, hey, if the fight's easy, don't punch them, slap them.
Okay. But this is a jiu-jitsu school.
This was a jiu-jitsu school.
And you would still do striking?
But back then, the way traditionally jiu-jitsu was a fighting art, not a grappling art. So competing in jiu-jitsu there was no such thing as competing in jiu-jitsu. Competing in jiu-jitsu was bare knuckle, no time limit fights.
No.
That was competing in jiu-jitsu when I was a kid.
Wow.
So my mentality of jiu-jitsu is what you see here. Whereas the new generation of jiu-jitsu, they don't understand this. Their new generation is, let me put pajamas on and grapple and sit on my butt. And that's a beautiful form, a beautiful sport. And I really love that sport, to watch that sport, but it's different.
Yeah.
This is the jiu-jitsu I know.
Really?
So that's why I act this way. I honestly feel that I will keep the tradition of HelloGracie's mentality alive. It's a traditional, it's a modern sense where, hey,
Can you put them up?
HelloGracie.
Yeah.
Oh, I put HelloGracie for you. And
this right there.
This was 95 years old. This man.
Oh, that's the real guy. That's the older guy?
Yes.
The older guy that would beat everybody up.
So this is the man.
Him. I see him all over.
This was back in the day when he was a fighter. Let's see this here. Let's see.
Videos maybe?
It's going to be hard. I'll show you on YouTube some videos of this guy. So 95 years old, and I'll tell you at 95, and come on, I'm not a guy that exaggerates.
You met this man?
I would take privates with him.
Privates?
I'm one of the guys in the world that took the most privates with HelloGracie for sure.
No.
Yeah. When he was here, and my dad would invest in this. It's very expensive. First of all, you have to prove yourself, and then you get to take privates and pay for it. So it's quite expensive. But I took many, many, many privates with him. And I followed in his system growing up, So you can see his fights. These were back in the day. The video is choppy, all this stuff. But I want to show you when he's older. And this is him probably at 93 years old, something like this. Let me fast forward a little bit.
So you're actually the king of videos. You love videos.
I love
you actually teach with videos.
Yes.
When you have a technique, you put up the video.
So I study, I do a lot of video study. This is him at 93 years old.
How old was he when you were training with him?
Between maybe 80.
So you see he does kicks.
Yeah, no.
He does kicks.
Jiu-Jitsu is a fighting art. Jiu-Jitsu that he knows was a fighting art. And he actually was an exaggeration. He didn't believe in grappling competitions at all. No sport jiu-jitsu. Me, look, I'm more modern with it. I love sport jiu-jitsu. It's a very fascinating art. Great way to train self-defense without getting hurt. But to him, he was absolutely against it. He was only fighting. You know what I mean? And this is him at 93 years old.
And how old was he when you were training with him?
Maybe between 87 and 95. So he would visit from Brazil very often. I would say visit for a couple months every year. And in that time, I would take my privates. I was his assistant when he was in Miami. I was his assistant. So these are self-defense techniques. Hey, the guy grabs your shirt. What are you supposed to do? So he's teaching here wrist locks and a little more self-defense. Not so much the fair fight.
And who did he learn from?
He learned straight from the Japanese. His brother and the Japanese. So the Japanese came to Brazil and taught the great-grandfathers of the Gracie family now, right? HelloGracie, Carlos Gracie, all these guys, amazing founders of Jiu-Jitsu. So he's one of the founders.
Wow.
His last interview too. I mean, we won't listen to the audio, but just to show you, if you guys ever want to listen to it.
Create a professional logo that best reflects your brand.
They don't sponsor this podcast, so we don't listen to them.
No.
But if you guys ever want to listen, he explains what his image of jiu-jitsu is, and he's very passionate about. It's a fight. It's a fight without gloves, without time limit, without weight classes. He's very passionate.
That's what he says.
Yes.
Wow.
He has the longest fight in history. I don't want these guys to be on the screen either. These were some BS coaches, so I don't want them here. Yeah, they took away my black belt. There's a lot of things there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about them.
Okay.
So anyways.
So let's go back to the Goatshed.
So yeah, the Goatshed. So wait, just longest fight in history.
Okay.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
How long do you think was the longest fight in history? Bare knuckle, no time limit.
Bare knuckle, no time limit.
No rules. Headbutts.
No rules, headbutts, the whole
Anything.
nine. Fucking, let's put 45 minutes.
3 hours and 47 minutes.
That's fucking a long time
now,
fighting.
He lost the fight.
Okay.
To his former student.
Mm.
It was a 3 hour, 45-minute fight.
Was it recorded?
Yes.
And it's real shit.
But the recording, there's only like 15 seconds left. Like little clips, you can't really see too much. It's so old. It's so old. basically what happened was he was in bottom position for so long, and after the 3 hours and 47 minutes of mostly being on the bottom, when he stood back up very quickly, he was dizzy. The guy knocked him down and soccer kicked him, knocked him out. And one thing to know, he was like 42, something like this. His student was very young in his 20s. But no excuses.
Yeah.
It was his student, a former student.
Right.
And, you know, it is what it is. Fights,
Right.
you win and lose. And that's no problem.
Absolutely.
The fact that at 42 years old, he was willing to step up. He was retired, way retired. But he really believed in honor, you know, and again, rule with an iron fist. So
where did it start getting just jujitsu? Like, when did that start like evolving?
I'll tell you this.
When did it become just
when it got mainstream? Because how are you going to come to America or anywhere in the world, spread jiu-jitsu and say, hey, we're training for bare knuckled fights? It's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Nobody's parents is going to be like, go.
No. And you know what, though? I believe, even though maybe he would disagree, with all respect, I believe it was a good thing for jiu-jitsu. It's a good thing for jiu-jitsu because it could spread to more people and they would learn how to defend themselves. Maybe it's not as savage, but they still can go to the street and defend themselves. And it helped a lot of very small guys to defend themselves against very large opponents on the street. And it's a great, safe way to train.
You said that they learned this from the Japanese, but what type of martial arts was this from the Japanese?
It was Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Oh, it was Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Japanese jiu-jitsu. So the history is very interesting. Japanese jiu-jitsu, again, was for fighting. And they created judo, which is the sport of Japanese jiu-jitsu. Japanese jiu-jitsu died out with the samurai. And judo became famous. But one of the last guys to do Japanese jiu-jitsu taught the Brazilians. And they carried it on.
So Japanese jiu-jitsu was the samurai. There was the art of the samurais.
Yes.
So we're talking about swords and the whole
Yes,
deal.
the jiu-jitsu was the hand-to-hand combat portion.
Okay.
So the swords was, you know, different technique, but hand-to-hand was jiu-jitsu.
Got it. That's fire, bro. Thank you for the education.
No, it's a crazy history. I haven't talked about the history in a very long time.
I love it.
Yes.
So now, and here's what I was saying, right? That, yo, can I get one more of these, Diego? Thanks. My man, can you take that? How you doing there?
Me? Oh, let's do another one too.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's keep going, baby.
Yeah. We could do this forever.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
So now, what I find so interesting, and we left off at the point where you did this. Well, obviously, after training with around the world with the best of the best, you're like, you know what? I want to fight, but you didn't do it for the money.
No.
You didn't do it for the money.
Never.
And then you went pro, and you came across the opportunity to train other individuals the same way you got trained, in a sense. And then you came at a fork in the road recently where it was like, okay, do I stay fighting or do I become a trainer? And
it was hard.
And then you decided to train and then go full time. And then you decided to take that shit to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'll tell you, you know, the origins of Goatshed. So I was training these guys and I wasn't really training myself and I was relying on my talent to win my fights. And it was great. You know, I was disqualified a couple times, which stinks, but I won a title here in Florida. You know, everyone knew that I was extremely talented. So although I got disqualified a couple times and it looked bad on my record, they knew my accomplishments. So I entered a tournament, ended up winning the tournament, winning a title, you know, in a weight class above my own. And that was a great accomplishment. It was fun, a local title. But I started realizing I didn't have, I loved my students way more than my own career. And I didn't have what it takes to be a world champion UFC fighter because I was done sacrificing my life for it. It was such a hard path. You know, there was definitely no money involved, and I didn't want to be dependent on my parents. I wanted to be an independent person. I was ruining relationships. I wasn't going to anniversaries. I wasn't going to birthdays. I wasn't going to funerals. It was a very dark path because to be a fighter, you have to be obsessed, you know. And I saw that my students were far more capable of committing their lives to it. So there was a very easy, you know, scenario that got me to switch my mind. One, Laura, my girl, soon to be. I will commit my life to her very soon.
Beautiful.
You know, I've already committed my life to her. What am I saying? Yeah. She's my everything, and
that's beautiful. Cheers to that, buddy.
Thank you, my man.
Yo, finding that person is beautiful, and it's not. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not easy. right? It's
No,
not
it's not.
easy, bro. It's like anything, dude. It takes time. It takes commitment. It takes focus. It takes all of that, bro.
Definitely. So she was a very large part of why I decided to be a coach, and I'll tell you why.
That was good.
With the ice was awesome.
The ice was a great touch.
The ice was a touch.
My man, let's give a round of applause to Diego. Yeah, that's what I like right there.
So she was a big part of it in that one day she came up to me late at night, went off on me. She's like, do you want to be a fighter or a coach?
Wow.
She's like, if you want to be a fighter, you're not being fair to your students because you're not committed to them. If you want to be a coach, you're not fair to your fighting career. She's like, you're immature. Pick what you want to do with your life and focus. And she dumped me. For 9 months.
Damn, you went crazy.
She blocked me on everything.
No.
Blocked me on everything.
No.
And what I used to do is I used to drive an hour away, maybe a few times a week to drop off flowers at her doorstep. I was crazy, right?
Every week?
Every week, drop off coffee because I know she studies a lot to be an attorney at the time.
Yo, dude.
And I did that a couple times a week. She ignored the crap out of me. But after 9 months of committed work, and I changed my life around, right?
And you never got discouraged? You just kept going?
No, I kept going because I knew I would get her back. She grabbed me by the face at one point. You want to hear this?
I do.
She grabbed me by the face at one point and says, we will never be together.
Oh my God, bro. I just pictured that right
now. We will never be together. I will never be with you.
Oh my God.
You know what I told her?
What did you tell her?
You want to go to dinner tomorrow?
Oh! No, you did not!
Because
no, you did not.
When I want something.
Calm as fuck.
Yeah. When I want something, I knew I was going to get her back when she said that. Most people would get broken. I didn't get broken.
Wow.
That's my girl.
That is a man, bro.
That's my girl.
You are a stud, dude.
This is my girl. And I worked my ass off for 9 months to get her back, show her my maturity. I committed to coaching, and then finally opened up our gym.
Okay, but when you started coaching, you didn't start coaching at the Goatshed facility right now. Where'd you start coaching?
I was coaching for many, many years at another facility. Diego Vera, who I hope you're going to interview soon in your podcast.
KO?
KO Zone.
You were training at KO Zone?
I know Diego for 9 years. He took care of me growing up. And he allowed me to train my team in his facility.
Wow, bro.
You know what I mean? And
that's why you guys are so close.
No, Diego's everything to me.
You know what's crazy, bro? It's like, that's how you know you're a good person. Not only you, but him. Like, it's just when you have those relationships.
Yeah.
That even... Come on, dude. You know, gyms against gym. You know, it's fucking huge competition.
Of course.
And you guys are so close to each other, but you guys still...
We're like 6 minutes away from each other.
But you guys have that love, appreciation, and respect.
I asked him permission to open up because the only location I could find was kind of that close. And my main objective was to open up right next to UFC gym. That was a business plan of mine, a business strategy of mine, marketing strategy.
Which they just shut down, right?
UFC gym is Fight Club shut down.
Oh, Fight
UFC
Club.
gym is not doing good at all. Okay. So we're almost there. We'll put them out, But that was a business strategy. So I asked him permission if I could open up. But if Diego ever commanded or said anything to me, I bow down to that guy because I owe him everything.
Dude, Diego's helped a lot of individuals.
No. He commits his whole life to this. He's a beautiful person.
And great individual.
Yes.
Great freaking.
He's a big mentor of mine.
Great morals. I mean, dude, every time I'm around him, I'm just smiling. I'm laughing. I'm learning.
He's the man. He's the man.
For real.
And the branding is so different. He's catering to training different styles. Tactical. Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, tactical, working out, all this stuff. We're not. We're only MMA.
Yeah.
We do not do anything else.
Elite 20.
Yes.
You got to call your shit Elite
I love
20.
That. I love that. We should do the hashtag.
Hashtag Elite 20.
And
20 only.
That's it.
That's
you know
it.
What I mean? So we're recruiting.
Booking up fast.
Yeah, we are. So we have 15 now.
Okay, you only want 5 more.
5 more. But the thing is, some people might drop out.
That's what I was going to say. Great fucking segue.
Yes.
Oh, before we go there, remember, we're going to talk about this. But, dude, I think that what you saw in these guys was the same passion and love for the game, but they needed it.
That's why.
And you were like, I don't need it. These guys fucking need it. I want to change their life because they need it. Yeah. And you have such a beautiful heart. Awesome. For real, bro, for that.
Speaking about that, right? As far as I cared, they needed it more than me. So I committed my life to them. Speaking about that, there was a moment with Ryan, and this was another big part of why I became a full-time coach. My eyes twitching. Right? This is another reason why I became a full-time coach. I had a crazy dream. And in the dream, God came up to me. And he had a UFC belt. He said, hey, do you want to be champion or you want Ryan to be champion? Make your decision. And I picked Ryan. And I woke up like crying, you know, and I realized at that moment I'll be a full-time coach.
That's
So
real shit, bro.
I went to the gym that morning and I told them, guys, I'm your coach.
Wow.
And I was done with fighting. And I trained these guys for free 3 times a day, every day, fed them at Apple a day, sponsored all of them because I believed in them so much. And I'm so proud of them because now they're independent. They have their own apartment in Miami.
Jeez,
That's one of the most expensive places in the country. How are these guys independent?
Fighting. Independent fighting. Shit.
So to see them, oh my God.
Give a fucking round of applause. And then this is what I got to say. Come on, baby.
To see them change their situation so drastically, it was all worth it.
You are a kingmaker, my friend.
Man, it's unbelievable.
And you know what's so crazy? You know what I was thinking this morning, bro? I was thinking about, for example, this is one of my partners, but not only a partner, but he's a mentee, right? And as we're producing the show, right? And he's getting game. I'm teaching him. I'm putting him on to all this stuff. I'm like, how are you going to feel when he makes more money than you? I'm like, I don't give 2 shits. I want him to make more money than me. I'm going to feel proud when he makes more money than me. I hope he gets to levels that he'll be like, yo, Ivan, I'm up here. I want to put you on to something.
Exactly.
How beautiful is that?
That's
how
amazing.
beautiful. I already got me.
Yep.
And if I could put this young man on to something where he could be making more money than me or whatever, and then later on, by just seeing him up there, bro, I'm good. I felt that this morning.
That's amazing.
Some of my business partners make more money than me. And I'm cool with that.
Of course.
I love to seeing people win. And even if I could help other individuals like Diego to make more money than me, come on, bro.
Man,
I know I lived
a
fulfilling life.
You just said something so powerful, and a lot of people will skip over it. But you can't skip over what you just said. You love seeing people win.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? That's a rare quality. Because when someone's seeing someone win, they're jealous because they're like, why am I not winning? Why? That's not fair. Why are they winning?
Yeah.
Instead of looking at them and being like, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing different?
Totally.
And that's what you got to do. And I love seeing people win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Seeing people win, and I get to analyze what characteristics do they have. And I look at the top 10 most successful people in the industry. I'm like, they're all doing this. This is the commonality. And then I got to do this too. And I got to evolve it and do one step ahead. And you have that mentality too because of what you just said. That was powerful. You know, and there's going to be a lot of people that skip over it still. But you love seeing people win.
I genuinely love seeing people win.
That's the attitude of a man that's successful. That's the attitude.
Thank you.
That is the attitude.
And something else that I want to. So talking about that is that you saw your fighters, you saw the potential, you saw what you can offer them, and you wanted to help them.
Yeah.
And you were selfless because you put yourself to the side. Dude, I don't gotta fucking do this podcast, bro.
You definitely don't.
I don't gotta be
spreading
here,
knowledge
bro.
right now.
I don't have to be here, bro.
100%.
I don't even have to. I love Miami, by the way, but I don't. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Dude. But I'm doing this because I have so many amazing relationships. I have so many people from different walks of life that could put these people onto something. That could put my audience onto something, a different perspective, right? Yep. It's because I thank God that I don't know what it is, but I'm always been put around the individuals, and it's about asking the right questions to the right people. And that's what's helped me, bro. I didn't graduate high school. My last grade was 9th grade.
Oh, wow.
So it was just asking questions to the right people.
Of course.
And I know that somebody in Spain does not have proximity to you. Yeah. But he probably, now that he's an MMA guy, he's going to look at this and then he'll grab something to take his MMA career to the next level. And
what you've done for your mind, you've wired your characteristics and mind and morals. It's become natural for you to just pass information, pass knowledge. And that's one of the most beautiful things you've done. It's not forced.
No.
It's so natural because you came up with this idea.
Yeah.
You know, I know nobody told you. I don't even have to ask you.
Yeah.
Nobody told you to do what you're doing.
Nobody.
This is in you.
In me.
And the fact that you've wired your brain to do that, that's something so rare.
Yeah.
People, they'll force that for whatever selfish reasons, but you've created, it's amazing what you've done with your life.
Bro. And to give back. Bro, for example, I'm sponsoring your gym on a monthly basis, bro.
Let me tell you something. So that's so important to us. Sponsorships is what allows our team to do what it's doing. it's the fuel to the fire, right? And the fact that you came through, look, you were a student, you came in, you didn't have to do any of that. And the fact that you're giving my students knowledge, giving me knowledge, passing that on, and now sponsoring, I mean, this goes to meal plans. Look, we feed 5 fighters 3 meals a day, every day of the week, and another 12, we pay for half the meals. We fund that. And then on top of that, people are living in the gym. We pay for travel. We help them stay active. There's a lot of funding to this. And if we didn't have that fuel, we would never be able to do it.
Yeah.
So guys like you and our other sponsors, the only reason we'll be able to, last 2 years in a row, to be the most active team in Florida 2 years in a row, to have the most wins in Florida 2 years in a row, because a lot of people listen to this. This is so important. A lot of people, they hate on money. They say money is the root of all evil. They say, money doesn't buy happiness. They hate on money because they don't have it.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, money will fuel your passion.
I mean, amen.
You know what we pay for everyone's pad work on the team? That's $50 an hour for 15 fighters that do it 2-3 times a week. That's a lot of money.
That is.
We fund that. We pay for their training. So listen to this. If you have money, you can train better. You can eat better. You can live your life better. And because of that, you will fight better.
Totally.
Money is so important.
Absolutely.
Don't hate on money.
It's energy.
It's energy. It's so sad because you'll see that employee mindset and that broke mentality where people hate on money. And that's such a bad mentality because you'll never pass to another.
And that's so awesome about your gym. And that's a great segue to what I want to talk about is that you are not bashful when it comes to money, cars, luxury, jewelry. Yo, your fucking fighters freaking spar with gold chains.
I know.
You teach with Versace shirts.
I know. And let's do it. I love it. Man, and you know what's crazy about it? See, our competitors don't see the logic behind it. Our competitors are like, look at these arrogant guys. Yeah, you look at these arrogant guys talking about money. They hate it. But what they don't understand is what happens to a fighter that moves from Chile and lives in my gym, eats these meal plans, but then drives a Rolls Royce, then drives a Lamborghini, then starts tasting that life a little bit. It inspires them.
Totally, bro. Can you shut it off? I think we're done.
Yeah, it inspires them.
Thank you guys for watching. Please share. Please pass this on to someone that you love and tune in to the next Crypto Talks with your boy Ivan Paychecks. See you guys. Peace.